Did you ever wonder why libraries make you feel more focused, or why bars inspire relaxation? And come to think of it, why are hospitals so dreadfully neutral and boring? Shouldn't they be practically oozing comfort for the people going through those stressful times? I know that I'm not the only person who perceives a measurable change in mindset and focus in moving from studying in my bedroom to studying in a library or a coffee shop. These changes in mental states when moving from place to place aren't just a feeling, it's real and backed scientifically. The psychological effect that the space surrounding us exerts on us might be more important than you have ever dreamed. It's not just about the differences between studying location. Office layout modifications can enhance work efficiency, street designs can drive community cohesion, and city designs can influence the socioeconomic success of the whole city. Personally, I am genuinely interested in both architecture and psychology, so combining these two subjects of interest in my life coalesces into a wonderful research opportunity. Even though I am at present just very intrigued by this topic, I think everybody would benefit by being informed on how our interactions with spaces are wholly molded every day by how those spaces are designed. In fact, an average human spends about 90% of their life indoors. That's an incredible amount of time. Understanding how architecture substantially and continuously affects our lives is important not just because of its relevance to how we think, feel, and act, but also because of the lack of active initiatives being taken. For those reasons, I will be investigating how does the built environment surrounding us affect our mental state and how can we design to enhance our well-being. My name is Nina Brown, and I am a freshman at the University of Minnesota, majoring in architecture this year. During my 3.5 months of walking around campus so far, plus a little bit of additional research, I've noticed a few things. Many hospitals aren't built considering the patient's recovering state. A restorative environment should be inviting and well-balanced. An important feature that many hospitals and recovery facilities lack is natural lighting and a view of nature outside. A study by Ulrich and London in 1984 showed that hospital patients staying in rooms with windows, viewing nature, were rehabilitated faster than patients who viewed a brick wall. On the other hand, patients in rooms without windows can develop sensory deprivation and depressive reactions. For real, where are the plants in this place? According to a 2000 study led by healthcare design expert Deborah Harris, carpet in hospitals increases the amount of time patients' friends and families spend visiting. Such social support may ultimately speed healing. Of course, carpet may present some sanitation issues in certain areas that require constant sterilization, such as the emergency room. However, rooms, buildings, or wards that are home to long-term patients, such as assisted living facilities, may benefit from carpets. When studying for an important exam or trying to write an essay, I always struggle to find somewhere I can really focus. Something super interesting I found out recently is that higher ceilings actually encourage people to think more freely, which may lead them to make more abstract connections. The sense of confinement prompted by low ceilings, on the other hand, may inspire a more detailed statistical outlook, which might be preferable. What's even more interesting, though, is that how high the ceiling actually is less important than how high it feels like it is. You can get the same effect of a spacious room just by manipulating the perception of space. For example, using light-colored paint or mirrors, both which reflect light well and create an illusion of space. Dim light helps people relax and loosen up. This is why parties and dinner venues are dimly lit. Lighting is also a very important part in many spaces, especially in places where learning and thinking hard is the intention, such as classrooms. Daylight synchronizes our sleep and wake cycle, or circadian rhythm, enabling us to stay alert during the day and sleep at night. Blue light has the shortest wavelength and lets the brain and body know it's daytime. This can be found in both sunlight and LED lights. It's important to tailor lighting based on its intended purpose, and rooms should be designed with distinct lighting for daytime and nighttime. Organizing desks in small clusters like this can improve collaboration and conversation rather than organizing them in rows, which would discourage conversation and therefore promote independent working. A study by Hugwagon and Orions in 1986 showed that blue-collar workers who worked in rooms without windows experienced more tension and were more negative towards their physical working conditions than workers who had offices with windows. This study emphasizes the importance of having natural light present in workspaces, as it is majorly beneficial for workers' mental health. When architects, landscape architects, and animal psychologists collaborate to design an animal habitat for a zoo, they take into account factors such as materials, vegetation, and lighting. Animals need enough space to eat, sleep, and decide when to be social or seek solitude, and even their need for control and choice has been noted. The goal is to create an environment that will support the animals' physical, psychological, and social needs, to create an environment for the animal to thrive in every situation and live happily and healthily. Ironically, humans do not seem to make the same demands when a workplace is going to be designed. Do you ever find yourself daydreaming out the window while you're supposed to be studying? Well, I struggle with this all the time. Although gazing out a window suggests distraction, it turns out that views of natural settings actually improve your focus. So, I'm actually not procrastinating on my homework. If you are able to see nature outside of your dorm window, consider yourself lucky. College students with views of nature from their dorm scored higher on measures of mental focus than did those who overlooked entirely man-made structures. According to a study published in 2000 by environmental psychologist Nancy Wells, the tasks of the modern world can cause mental fatigue, and looking out at a natural setting is relatively effortless and can give the mind a much-needed rest. Humans have an innate tendency to respond positively towards nature. This is referred to as the biophilia hypothesis. Going on nature walks outside is one of my favorite things to do. Even just going outside for 5 minutes or going to touch some grass can be such a relieving break from studying or just life in general. The biophilia hypothesis suggests that humans have an innate connection and affinity for nature, which is rooted in our evolutionary history. According to this hypothesis, exposure to natural elements can have a positive effect on human well-being, including reducing stress. These patterns can be seen in trees, their branches sprouting off one another in different scales. Fractals have been found to be aesthetically pleasing and visually comfortable for humans. The repetitive nature of fractal patterns requires less cognitive effort to process compared to man-made structures, leading to less mental fatigue. The main components in built spaces that influence mental health include the presence of natural light, air quality, and low noise levels. Additionally, factors such as color schemes, spatial arrangement, and the integration of nature play pivotal roles in shaping the emotional well-being of individuals within those environments. Our interactions with different environments significantly impact our mental states, from hospitals lacking restorative elements to choosing a study space based on your learning goals. The design of spaces plays a crucial role in shaping human experiences. Exploring the intersection of architecture and psychology becomes increasingly fascinating as we recognize the very real effects of our surroundings. With humans spending a significant portion of our lives indoors, understanding how architectural choices influence our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors becomes a necessity. The lack of active initiatives emphasizes the need for informed design strategies that enhance our livelihood. Through this exploration, I hope I shed some light on the importance of thoughtful design in creating environments that support and enhance our mental health and overall quality of life. Thank you so much for watching.